Right everyone, I've been doing another update on the 8TB Hyperspin drive. This drive comes with about 344 systems, I believe. I've removed a few things, added a few more systems, a few more games and menus, and cleaned up some other stuff I just didn't want on there. So as the main game for the unit that I'm going to be building, this is going to be an online unit, so it's going to have online capabilities for Mortal Kombat 11 and stuff, the Steam title. So I have Mortal Kombat 11 there set up on the front menu, and underneath I've just added Devil May Cry, because this unit's going to have a GTX 1070 Ti graphics card in it. It's I want a couple of next gen PC games on there. I'm trying to find the room to add maybe Resident Evil 2, the new Resident Evil 2 on there, and a few other cool games, but the drive is literally packed. I think I've got about 10 gig left. So I've removed a couple of PS3 games, ones that I would never play myself personally, and it's I don't think belong on here. It's more first person shooter stuff that was on there, like Payday and stuff like that. I mean, you don't need a first person shooter on an arcade machine, me personally speaking. It's okay to have all the retro games and some fighting games and some action games, like Devil May Cry is a cool game, Resident Evil, stuff like that. But something like Call of Duty, I just don't think it's worth having on there, unless you've got the space. I mean, I would rather have Devil May Cry 5 on there than a PS3 version of Payday 2. So then I'll move over to the PC games. All of these in alphabetical order, other than the two main games on the front menu, which is Mortal Kombat 11 and Devil May Cry 5. So I will just PC and arcade PC fighting games. So I've also went and changed Street Fighter 5. Moved it over to the arcade edition. I'd just done another video, but I had to re-record it because the controllers weren't working. That's because I had Xbox 360 CE installed into the directory that's off my other drive, which were configured with this in more arcade sticks to work for Street Fighter 5. So I've had to remove that X input file, so the controllers will work for showing you this display. But when I set it back up, when I've got it set up with the Zinmo controllers, I will have it solely for the Zinmo controllers rather than the Xbox controllers, because playing Street Fighter 5 on the arcade sticks, me personally, is a lot better. That's the purpose of putting it in an arcade machine. So I'll just go ahead and load Street Fighter 5 up. The name of the game, I've just, because I already added the menu there and stuff, and I know it's in other systems, Street Fighter 5, I've renamed it from Arcade Edition to just Street Fighter 5. There's no point having it go in and rename everything Street Fighter 5 Arcade Edition, then try and find where the original game was elsewhere. Know what I mean? I'll keep both games on. It's like I say, Street Fighter 5 Arcade Edition is just Street Fighter 5 with all the extras, so there's no point having both games on there. Just replace one with the newer version. So then I'll go in, because the controllers aren't set up yet. So on this game also I've had to block any inbound and outbound connections via the firewall, because I know this game has a habit of updating itself and removing characters. So I've just completely disabled it connecting online. So let's go into a versus match, 2-player. Then I'll set up the controller settings. So I'll set hard punch, then I'd set hard punch, hard kick, then free punch, free kick. And same with controller 2. So it'd be hard punch, hard kick, free punch, free kick. Especially when the game first come out, I believe there was only 1 round or something like that. I think there was only like 1 round you could set it to. Now the game's updated and stuff, you can do your 3 to 5 rounds on here, but match time, I always like infinity. I mean, if you've got an intense game going on between 2 players, you and a friend and stuff, you need that extra time. You know, it's okay playing against the clock, but I mean, if me mates down, we would prefer having the time on infinity, unlimited time. But for some reason they've removed it, like a lot of the new games. The remove options that made the games good, instead of adding extra and having the option to remove it, like the new Tekken 7, where you've got that ultimate move, which is 1 button press, and you can destroy all of the health. It's unnecessary. If they're going to put an option in, is just have it so you can disable it. So enough of me ranting, just test the controls. Seems to work fine. Right, so you got your light punch, medium punch, hard punch, and light kick, medium kick, hard kick, and then your free punch, free kick, and so then I'll quit that. I'll go through another couple of games that I've added and give them a test. So the new system's running on Windows 10. Like I said in a previous video, I've been going in and editing and configuring all the systems, all the games, and sorting out the load screens and everything, the menus, the theme and all that stuff, and getting Windows 10 to run perfectly and corresponding of it, installing all the necessary updates, all the .NET stuff, even setting up, I believe I'm going to set up TeamViewer on this one and give that a test and stuff, and then disabling certain firewall connections, stop any Windows Defender removing game cracks or certain files and stuff that can mess up Hyperspin. But this will be in test for a few weeks. Make sure there's no misconfiguration or anything that's going to upset Hyperspin loading in and out of systems. So all the games have been tested here, Mortal Kombat XL, Soul Calibur 6 and stuff like that. I will have to remove some of the X360 CE stuff from here, which I can re-add when I set up the arcade controls. So we've got Dragon Ball Fighters Z, Injustice 2, Jump Force, Mortal Kombat XL, Tekken 7, and we do have some Tekken collections on there, which I'll also add the extras alongside. Some wheel art needs to be redone. I believe I have a duplicate of Street Fighter there, so I'll remove that option out the XML file. So seems like I always have issues when I'm recording. For some reason XSplit seems to not like Hyperspin at all. Certain systems and stuff, and on certain wheels it just doesn't seem to like it. It seems to start messing it up. So I've been through sorting out the Techno Parrot stuff, which I showed off in the last video. I've also been configuring the Genesis stuff today as well. I realized one of the Genesis games weren't configured right, so I had to go through and check all of the Genesis stuff and make sure controller 1 was working for controller 1, and the ABXY stuff was working correctly. So like I've shown off in other videos as well, I always try Street Fighter as a test. So I always have like your X would be light punch, your Y would be medium punch, and your L would be hard punch, and A, B, and right bump out would be your hard kick. So light punch, medium punch, hard punch, light kick, medium kick, hard kick. And then I tested on the second player: light punch, medium punch, hard punch, light kick, medium kick, hard kick. So I know that's A, B, C, X, Y, Z for the Mega Drive. I've also been through the Sega Naomi stuff, the gun games and stuff, been testing them out. Some cool games I've never played before, so it was nice to have a test on them, like the Gun Survivor 2. I originally thought this was like a mouse House of the Dead type game, with it being listed in the gun games, but it's more on the lines of a first person shooter. Oh, getting munched by zombies. Oh. So that's that game displayed. Like I say, I'll just go through a couple of systems, just show off the menus and stuff, and the wheel art and stuff like that. I would say this is about 95% complete for the wheel art, videos, menus and games like that. So, and the configuration is outstanding. I mean, I haven't had to do a lot to it. This still took us a few days to make sure everything's the way I wish to have it, and then I'm removing the right stuff that I want gone so I can add the newer stuff. Like I say, this will be going in a a high-end gaming PC will be going into a Mortal Kombat 11 arcade cabinet, and because there's going to be online capabilities and stuff, I need it perfect. I need it loading in and out perfectly. I've got to make sure there's no incoming connections that's going to start messing it up, you know. So I need the operating system at top notch, which I've been taking the past few days, making sure it's perfect. I mean, it's just so much. There's a lot of systems are just rehashes of MAME and stuff like that, like this one here, but it's putting all category of games in its own category, and then having them all in one place as well, somewhere else on the menu, like MAME and stuff like that. And I quite like, I mean, it's got some of my favourite title of games like Silent Hill, Resident Evil, and they've all got their own menu, their own system menu, which is cool as hell. I mean, them other games, my favourite games I played on growing up is like Resident Evil, Silent Hill, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Tekken, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Castlevania was cool. I didn't play it much growing up. I started getting into the series when I went to the PlayStation 3, and then I went back through the series and played them. I mean, nice little beat 'em up collection. So I'm gonna end the video there. I'll keep everyone updated. Like I said, this is available for sale. I will update me videos and stuff with links to access to this drive. Like I said, it works all configured with Xbox 360 controllers, even the cheaper versions of controllers, in INNO ones and other variations of Xbox 360 controllers. It seems to be working perfectly with them also. So like I say, I'll end the video there, and then that's a nice, I'll go in there quickly. I'll add the Devil May Cry 4 and 5 if I've got enough room for 4 to that collection also. So I'll stop it and then I'll upload this video. Feel free to like, share and subscribe, and yeah, I'll catch you soon. Bye.